Hey everybody, this is Daryl, aka The D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and tonight I have a shout out entry video to my good friend Big Will Comics. He's about to reach that 500 subs and going to have a giveaway. Congrats, Big Will. When I last looked, you were at 488. My man, gosh, to be honest with you, you should be well over 1,000. You are awesome. Getting to know you for the last what 7, 8 months, or ever how many months it's been on Sean's podcast, Stay Puff 1983, on his Saturday community podcast. It's been absolutely awesome. I've gotten to buy a few books from him, and he's phenomenal. Packages better than anybody. He is great. And not only that, he does fair deals. So that to me is awesome. I will have a link below to his YouTube channel and the link to his 500 sub giveaway. So definitely get over there, sub up Big Will, enjoy. Just enjoy. Again, class guy, class member of the community. So happy that I've gotten to know him, know you will, over the last year. So, guys and gals, get there, check out my man Big Will. One of the things he wanted, I guess you got to be 18 or over to be in. I don't know location about if he overseas or not. Check out his video for all the info on that. But he wanted to know some spec books. I'm like, I'm not a spec guy, but I pulled a few books out that I think are undervalued. And one book that I was thinking, if you had asked me 6 months ago, this is a book I would have picked. And that is this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. Number one, first appearance of Bebop, Rocksteady, and Krang. This is a book, and I actually have 5 of them, that whenever I would go places and I would see them in dollar bins, I would go ahead and pick them up. Just because it's one of those books that I was like, how is this book in dollar bins? It makes no sense. Why are those dollar bin books? It's the first appearance of 3, pretty big characters in the universe of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The movie come out, was it 2 years ago? Sheamus from the WWE, he played Rocksteady, or Bebop, excuse me. No, was it Rocksteady? It was Rocksteady. And the book, I don't think it moved at all. The last few months, that book has exploded. I'm confused. I don't know why, but I'm happy. Even though, again, I don't spec, but I saw a recent 9.8 sold for, I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was over 1,800, might be approaching $2,000 by now. I was like, what? Yeah, and these books, I think one might be a 9.8 candidate. The other, another one might be 9.4 plus, maybe 9.8. Then the other 3 are probably between 8, 8 and 9.2. I know it's a big range, but it's 3 different books. One might be the 9.2, one might be down as low as 8. But I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. This is now potentially up to a $2,000 book. Wow. But I did pull a few books that I'm thinking, I think they have potential. I think some of them have potential. One of them was an expensive book. It had a big jump, probably about 5 years ago, and I think it may have another big jump. One is extremely difficult to find, so I think that's one. And some of these other ones, I'm like, I don't get it. The first one, it falls in the category of why is it still so cheap? Terminator, the Burning Earth, number one. For those who don't know, the first Alex Ross art. This is the first Alex Ross. I mean, think about that for a second. First Alex Ross. Everybody in the comic world knows Alex Ross. They know the talent that is Alex Ross. And this is his first stuff. We're talking about maybe a 10, 15, maybe a $20 book. I don't even think it's that high. And it's still in cheap bins. You can probably still find this in dollar bins sometimes. Blows my mind. blows my mind. Again, the first Alex Ross. To me, that has to have potential. Next is a book that I remember when I bought it. I was like, I feel like that should be more. I feel like it should be more. First appearance of Silver Sable. I've got a couple of them. Very, very happy to have these, and I do think at some point there's got to be a movie, a TV show, something that Silver Sable will be in, and these books will boom. I really think so. I think I've got one that's uh, high grade. I'm not gonna say I don't like saying "Oh, it's a 9.8 candidate." I mean, I can fart and it's a 9.8 candidate. You don't know it's a 9.8 until you get it back. So there you go. But one's a real high grade. One's probably in that eight range. But still, I do think first Silver Sable, ASM 265. I definitely think definitely does have potential. I thought they were different there for a second, but no. I was looking at the price, like 65 cents. One of them doesn't look quite the same. They're the same. This book, it's gotta go. Gotta go up. Well, I'll get back to that one. But here's another character, great character. I feel like again, Spider-Man or Daredevil. This was Daredevil. The next one's Spider-Man. Daredevil universe. I think when Daredevil comes out with a movie in the Marvel universe, I think it's got potential. That is Typhoid Mary. The first appearance of Typhoid Mary. This is Daredevil 254. Really think this one has a lot of potential. Mine's only a 9.0. Of course, I would like to have a 9.8 on it, but really happy to have this book. Really am. Again, I think this one does have a lot of potential. Probably raw going for what, $25, $50, something like that. Watch. People are gonna look on eBay. It's gonna be a lot more than that, which I doubt. I doubt very seriously that this is going for more than that. But it's an awesome character. Why this book is still cheap? Kind of shocking to me. The next one. This one, it's not the cheapest of the cheap, but it's not insane. But so often you see covers of Black Cat, stunning covers. You know what? I just happen to have a Michael Turner right there, Michael Turner variant. Beautiful, beautiful cover. But this character is more than just pretty covers. But here's the first appearance. Getting this in high grade is really, really tough. Look at that black cover. Look how easy it is to get spine ticks on this. 9.6. I really thought it was going to be a 9.8. I'm not going to lie to you. Thought for sure that was going to be a 9.8. But, I mean, this is so hard to find in the nines. So, and I do think this Black Cat does have, the character has got to be in something. Has to. It's too good a character to not be in stuff. And again, a lot of people say, well, look, there's so many great covers of Black Cat. So many. So I do think at some point there's going to be a movie, a TV series, something. And this will explode. I really think that's going to be 9.6 right there. I do at some point expect that to be a $1,000 book. If it's not, again, I don't even know what it's going for now, but at some point I do expect that to be a huge, huge book. Let's see. This to me, I think this is going to be a big book just because. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. Got a little dry throat. It's one of my favorite actors, favorite characters. Only 600 made. This incredible cover of the Crow Hack Slash. Only 600 made. Last I looked, Raw was selling for $50 to $60. That to me is a crime that this book in Raw is only selling for $50, $60. That is, if it was 20,000 of them out there, I get it, but only 600. And I think there's a ton of Crow fans out there that has no idea that this book is there. Came out in 2019. When shows really pick up again, if people see this on a shelf, there's a lot of people going to be like, I've got to find one of those. Only 600 made. I see supply and demand. Go back to that early economics, supply and demand. Only 600 made. Extraordinary, amazing. Michael Crutchfield cover. Definitely, if you get a chance, you know what? Don't get it, so that way I can get a couple more of them. I definitely want to get a couple more. I have two. The other one's probably a 9.4 to 9.6. I don't think it's all the way up to the. I don't think it's a 9.8, but yeah, don't get it, so that way I can get a couple more high grades. I can maybe send in a couple more 9.8s. This is a book. I know I don't spec, but again, this is a book. The next two books are two books that I was talking to one of my friends, Ricky, my good friend Ricky. I was telling him that I don't understand how this book and the next book are not insanely expensive. How they have not, over the last year and a half or so, when the market has completely exploded, this book has basically just stayed steady. Not really gone up. To be honest with you, it's actually dipped just a little. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. Last one I saw sold for, this wasn't on eBay, it was on Instagram. I think just under 500. 9.8. That's Detective Comics 880. It has many things going for it. First off, over the last 10 years, 15 years, one of the more iconic covers over the last 10 years. It came out in 2011, so we're still just under the 10 years, or maybe just over 10 years, but right around 10 years. And it's the 9.8 has just been stuck between 500 and 600 for the better part of the last 3 years. Blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. I looked the other day just to kind of see what they were selling for because I haven't looked for a few years, and I'm like, and my honest thought was that with the market the way it's exploded, was probably going to be $1,000. Still stuck right at 500. I'm telling you guys, this right here, what it's got going for it. One, iconic cover over the last decade. Probably one of the most iconic covers over the last decade. Two, part of a really great series run, the Black Mirror run by Scott Snyder. It's got this awesome Jock cover. Jock's amazing. And three, next to last issue in the run, lower print run. It's not low print run, but it's a lower print run. So I think it's got things just sitting there waiting for another big boom. And I really do expect this to be $1,000 book, $1,500 book at some point. I really do. And there's people out there who'll be like, you're crazy if you think that's going to go up. You're right. It's no first appearance. But, and I will say this. If this was Marvel, this would be triple the price. I really do believe that. Again, people will be like, you're an idiot. Yeah, it's probably true. Granted, I've only had one. It took me forever to find that one. It took me like 2 years to find it. No, that's not wrong. It took me about 6 months, and I went to, I think, during that time, about 4 or 5 cons before I found that book when I did. That's been about 4 years ago. Next book. The reason I think this book has a lot of potential, and I'll go and show it to you, The History of Bongo Comics #1. First off, San Diego Comic Con exclusive. And it's less a book and more of almost, it's folded paper type of thing. Only 750 made. This precedes The Simpsons #1 by, I think, 2 or 3 months. So to me, I don't know if there was anything else before this that had The Simpsons. So I feel like it's the first Simpsons. I feel like it is. They don't actually list it on here as that. Distributed with hand stamped logo cover. Yeah, so that's the hand stamped logo cover. Only 750 made. You got to think that in 1993, a lot of these were probably thrown away, never to be seen again. I have people have them, they're not in high grade. 9.6. I honestly thought it was going to be a 9.8 when I sent it in. So there you go. But it's probably not many graded. Last time I looked, mine was the highest universal grade, 9.6. There were, I think, 1 or 2 signed 9.8s. I've never seen them listed anywhere. So if you actually can find this, get it. I would highly say get it. Because in my mind, when The Simpsons finally comes to an end, the series, yeah, I think this right here is going. People are going to be like, "What can I find of The Simpsons? Issue 1, issue 1, issue 1." 3 months before issue 1, 2 or 3 months before issue 1, right there. There you go. Extremely limited print run. I think this is going to explode. I really do think that's going to explode. But the way The Simpsons are going, when's it ever going to end? 30, we're at 32, 33 years of The Simpsons, which I love The Simpsons. So there you go. Keep on going. Keep on rolling, Simpsons. So that is my comics. He said a comic. I couldn't help it. I had to mention those books because a couple of them, I know they're expensive. Like this, when you do see it on eBay, it's at least a few $100s. What did I see? 9. Did I see a graded one? They were asking for like $12.99, which they're not going to get $12.99 for it. But they're really, really, really hard to find. But yeah. But anyway, enough yabba yabber. Enough jabber jabber. Again, Big Will Comics. Definitely check him out. Link down below. Get him over that 500 sub. Get him to 1,000 subs. My man deserves it. He is an absolute credit to the community, the YouTube community, the Instagram community. Check him out on Instagram, big_Will_comics. Awesome guy. Ton of respect for him. I love the way he runs his auctions. Just a good human being. Just a good human being. And I consider myself glad to call him a friend. At least I hope he considers me a friend, because I definitely consider him a friend. Find him, sub him, make a video for him. He deserves it. Big Will, thank you again for the auction you're having. I don't know if I mentioned it. Akira #1 is the giveaway. 9.4, I believe. I have an 8.0, and I thought that's pretty high. He's got a 9.4 giving it away. Wow. Hope I win that. I hope I win that because Akira, great character. But anyway, but that's all I got. And you guys have an incredible day.